What happens?
My dick touched the water. My dick touched the water.
I go to work.
When I shit.
Welcome back to the Dormtainment podcast. You got Cam, Chaz, Emmanuel, Mike. What's your name again?
Rome. Okay.
And we're missing Tay, but we have a special guest, Jade Nova.
Welcome, Jade, to the Dormtainment podcast.
Thank
we
you.
are very glad to have you here.
It's awesome.
It's nice to get female presence, female opinions in here.
Yeah.
Because we don't have females in here because we live a sad and lonely life of a creator.
I'm sorry.
Tay is missing because he's working on the Dormtainment movie.
He's working on the movie.
So you guys, if you're wondering where he's at, that's where he's at. I'm sorry, Cam is supposed to be hosting, so Cam, you do your thing.
Yeah, that's exactly why I was looking at you.
My fault, man. I just got a little excited.
You said you didn't want to host.
I never said I didn't want to.
You something else, boy. You better watch. We're going to kick this podcast off with our new segment, things we're not going to talk about. So I'm going to let Emmanuel kick it off today.
All right, some things we're not going to talk about today is Allen Iverson had a documentary yesterday. And it was a great documentary. Good things happened. It told about his life, situation. That's not what caught my attention. What caught my attention is this man is dressed ready for a 2001 Fabulous video. Like, his style has never changed. Like, I feel like you can put him in any decade. He looks exactly the same. Do-rag, fitted, jerseys,
That's
braids.
very true.
Like,
He knew it was coming back.
step
So
your
he's
game.
innovative.
Come on,
Braids
AI.
not coming.
You're a
He's
legend.
innovative. It's coming back. He knew it was coming back.
No, come on, man. He
Baggy
was innovative
clothes,
when he first
braids.
brought tattoos. He was innovative when he brought over the crossover. He was innovative when he brought braids. But now he just stopped. He
He's
stopped
ahead of the
being
game.
innovative at some point.
All the clothes that these kids are looking for now, he already has.
Whatever.
But
We ain't gonna talk about
Okay,
it.
we're not
ain't
gonna
gonna talk about that.
Things we're not going to talk about is why the Apple Watch costs $10,000.
Oh my God.
I'm not paying $10,000 for no watch.
Now
It's
they
not-
have options for $350, but you know those are the little plastic ones you get out the machine.
for $350.
The 350
Personally,
machine.
if I'm gonna wear a watch, I want it to be stylish. So the ones that actually look halfway good are $10,000 to $17,000.
Now why are they 10 to 7?
They got a trim of gold on them.
Now when you say, you mean like just
A trim, exactly.
so that's what I'm paying for, that trim of
No,
gold.
but look. Apple's trying to compete with the Rolexes.
Exactly.
They're trying to compete with the
Audemars.
Hublots, all
Exactly.
those things. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta.
Listen.
Some say
They ain't
Hugh
trying to
Blow,
compete
some say
with,
Hugh Block. Which one is it? That's another
we ain't
podcast.
All right, so we're not gonna talk
No, yeah, we're not gonna talk
We
about
ain't
it.
gonna talk about it.
We're not gonna talk about how Al Sharpton's daughter tripped in the streets of NYC and sprained her ankle and is suing the city for $5 million. And she also said it caused emotional stress.
No, that's true. That's true because when I sprained my ankle, it hurt.
And
There's
no,
a
it
lot
does
of stress
hurt.
after
But $5 million?
At the end of the day, beat the system. Beat it.
That's exactly what they're doing. Whichever way you can beat it, just where you gotta beat
But
it.
hold on, that is our tax money, is it? Nah, we
Yeah,
can't have
we-
you doing that. Al
Because we're not gonna talk about it. I don't know.
What we're not going to talk about is how I'm going to whoop that ass in fantasy football this year.
Now, Chaz.
So like he did last year because he didn't win.
He didn't win.
We
at
all
all.
lost
Did
at
y'all
the
go to the
stage.
Super Bowl? Did y'all go to the
It don't matter, but
Who's
you
number
I don't think
one?
none of us went to the Super Bowl.
Desmond was number
Patriots
one because
did.
Desmond won.
No. Who's number one
Chaz.
until I lost?
Chaz. At the end of the day, we ain't gonna talk about
We're
that.
not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk
I
about it.
wanted to hit one last point, but you left me. We're not going to talk about how I woke up this morning and made eye contact with a man in our backyard.
Hold on, what?
No, you as soon as you woke up or when you came downstairs?
When I came downstairs to the kitchen, I'm washing my fork. I look up, there's a man looking at me, and I'm looking at him.
But who is this man?
It was a Mexican man.
Okay.
But he was wrong, but he also was right because they're doing yard work next door. They cut the big branches. They fell in our yard. So he must have jumped over the fence to throw them back over. So he was right for that, but he was wrong for not asking. But he would have been wrong if he left it there. So it was no right or wrong for him.
You would have been wrong if he knocked on the door that early too.
That's
No,
very true.
No, because me and Rome be up.
Well,
Yeah, but you don't know that.
yeah.
Did he speak to you? Or?
Well, if he
No.
would have came at 5.
Rome probably be up.
No, Rome ain't no.
Yeah, no, not 5. I'm
He
6.
made 6, yeah.
I don't care what time.
Are y'all light sleepers? Y'all would have heard the knock.
All right, but we ain't gonna talk.
We
About
never
it. We ain't gonna talk about that no more.
So we got some announcements, Rome.
First and foremost, please continue to click on our We Demand link. We're trying to, get these cities locked in for this fall tour. Like I said, we want to do venues in the cities, whether it be DC, New York, Alabama, wherever. The middle states. Don't forget about the middle states, because a lot of people forget about the middle
A lot of
states.
people forget about the middle states.
Yeah.
Can you name one?
I can name one. There's North Dakota.
Yeah, you said like 3
there's,
times.
South Dakota. All those middle states.
Okay.
Wait, Montana state?
All right.
Wow,
Let's
Montana
just-
is the state. But so keep clicking the We Demand. Please log on and vote your city up and
Remember in the Can't Believe It remix, Justin Timberlake said, "Come to my house in Montana."
And we found out he does actually have a house in Montana. Anybody ever been to Montana in here?
No.
Okay, all right. So continuing, our app is still available. It's going to be available for a long time. So go to your iTunes store or go to your app store and click Dormtainment or type in Dormtainment. You'll see the app.
Get the Dormtainment app.
I'm not going to say nothing. I told Jade and Devin that we had the app and neither one of them downloaded it yet probably. So it's all good.
Oh, you're gonna have to leave this
Yeah,
podcast. Come on.
Who's Devin? Well, Devin is a music producer. He's the former son of Sinbad.
That's so wrong. The former son, he used to be Sinbad's
He
He's
used
no
to be.
longer Sinbad's son.
Yeah, he's no
Okay.
longer. He left
The
him.
former son.
Yeah,
Got
when
it.
Sinbad grew the goatee, they started not to look alike and they went parted
I
ways.
promise you, I pulled up a picture of Sinbad and put it next to Devin.
For those
doesn't look
listening, Devin is our homeboy from Atlanta. He's a very great, talented music producer. He helps Jay with all of her original
So you're saying he has all the talent and she doesn't?
Basically what he said.
You got it. But
I mean, you got to put it out.
yeah, I know. I said he's sitting in the corner like he's in timeout right now. For those who can't see him, but yeah. So download the Dormtainment app. DVD. We're starting filming the DVD. Well, every time I do DVD online DVD. Digital DVD.
DT DVD.
DT DVD.
Yeah, we'll figure out the name.
We're working on that. We start shooting on Wednesday, and so y'all look out for that in the next month-ish,
Yeah.
something like that. And that is all for the announcements.
Okay.
Do we clap?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. That was a
We
good
got
one.
I have one question. Never mind. You go ahead.
So we're going to talk about a huge topic in the black community.
Wait. All right, yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
You got one more time, boy.
I will say before you start, I would like to get a little background on you.
Yeah, we do.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
This is you're our first guest on the Dormtainment
Yes.
podcast.
Ever?
Can we all clap for that?
Wow.
Our first guest.
That's so exciting.
Can you want to tell us about yourself? Or tell the people who you are.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, my name's Jade Nova, but Jade is going to suffice. I'm a singer and a writer and an actress.
Not a superhero. Jade Nova.
Actually,
It
you
does
know
sound
what?
like that.
Jade Nova is a comic book character. I didn't realize that until after the fact, but it's just an A. I have an H
Okay.
at the end of my name, and that's what makes
So,
me
yeah,
better.
What's
that's
her
what
power?
makes you.
I don't know. I haven't done much research.
Whatever it is, you don't have it, but you
I
can sing.
don't.
You can sing.
But
though.
adding the H gave me an
Right,
H. You know
right.
what I mean? Because it's silent.
And in singing, you use a lot of H's.
I do.
I'm not going to lie. When I
That
first
was
saw your
really
name,
good.
I thought it said Jehovah.
A lot of
Jade
people
Jehovah.
think that.
Jade Nova.
It kind of rhymes. I can understand that. I mean, I get it.
And where are you originally from?
I'm from Cleveland.
Oh,
Hey, we're going to the.
Emmanuel has a theory that all men from Cleveland have thick mustaches.
I specifically said all niggas from Cleveland have mustaches. I think they have mustaches.
I think, and that's actually inaccurate. That's a fact.
No, that's a fact.
I've
yeah.
never met anyone in Cleveland who doesn't have a mustache.
I just got Cleveland from Family Guy. Stuck
Yeah.
around. That's why.
So I guess that's why I'm not from Cleveland.
Exactly.
I mean, you have a mustache.
It's just light though. It's too light to be a Cleveland
You can
mustache.
get a, like a,
Hey man, don't be trying to say my mustache light.
All right. So you in Atlanta now?
I was, and I've just moved to Los Angeles.
Awesome.
I'm excited about
Chad's
that.
not excited, but it's cool.
What is the I thought we were cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. I watched you cut up peppers yesterday. We had heartfelt conversation. That's cool.
For those who don't know, we had a gospel rap battle last night.
We're gonna cut to it at some point, like now.
Yeah, maybe we'll give you a little piece of the gospel rap battle, but that was fun.
Yeah. And then anything pursuing in particular while you're here that you wanna?
Well, I mean, my style of music is a fusion of Broadway musical and R&B. So it's combining my passion of acting with music.
Right.
So being here in LA will allow me to utilize all facets of my artistry with film, acting, and a comedic spin. I call myself the young black Barbra Streisand, if you will.
Okay.
Does that help?
I figured
Very successul career.
Exactly.
Barbara.
I figured it out. She's here on this podcast for a come up. I figured it out. I got it.
Thank you.
Now that we can edit all that out. Well, thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Oh, God,
Honestly,
thanks for having me,
appreciate
guys.
that.
I'm
Thanks for
excited.
being our first guest.
You guys, please go listen to her music. It's phenomenal. It's
Where can we find? Or should we say that at the end where we can find?
yeah,
it?
we can.
We'll let
I mean, you can say it now and then if you want to.
Well, you guys can follow me on all social media. It's Jade Nova, JadeNovah.
H,
Unlike
yes.
the lady who's not me.
Right.
Let me go follow you real quick. What is it?
Yeah, and then I'll go get your app.
Okay. So there's been a huge question hanging over the black community for the past decade. One serious debate that we're going to discuss today, and that's when did R&B die?
How you
Sensitive
built all
subject.
that up.
Big subject. When did R&B die?
Now, is it dead?
I was gonna say that. I don't know.
Or
if it's
is
dead.
it like one foot in the grave, another on the banana?
My personal theory is that all music evolves with time. That's just part of life. So I just feel it's not dead, but it's different.
It's
Okay.
It's
reincarnated.
really different.
Okay.
So, and that's what we're gonna discuss today.
I don't know. Go
I
ahead.
in my opinion, I think it kind of is dead. I think it kind of is dead because you just. Well, then again, I only have '90s to associate my R&B to. I mean, I've heard
Early 2000s.
and early 2000s, but you don't hear sounds like that. That's why I kind of agree with what Cam is talking about too. It's just maybe it's just different. But if it's not there, then is it? I don't know. It feels dead. It feels dead to me.
I would say personally that it's fused. It's fused now, where you used to have rap and R&B, and that was under the umbrella of hip hop, right? But now it's just hip hop now, because the dudes that did R&B, rap, Chris Brown, the guys that rap, sing, Drake, and it's just like just
It's
one
all
ball
confusing.
of just things.
So it went from all singing to singing featuring a rapper
Yeah.
to R&B singers rapping and rappers singing.
Exactly, because Diddy did it in the '90s, where he first fused like rap and R&B together, right? Am I correct? by
Yeah,
saying
with
that?
Jodeci.
Yeah,
and all that.
all of them. They used to rap, and, have singers on the hooks and stuff. But I think it's just evolved where now we just want to hear from that one artist, like
Even
kind of.
both of them, they kind of harmonize.
Cleveland.
That's true.
Hey. Oh yeah. Sorry.
They do or die too. Do or die too.
Yeah.
They did do that. They did
There
that.
was a lot of
They did
singing, but
Another thing I think that possibly killed is the lyrics. Because
How
back
so?
in the day, when they sang about love or sex, especially sex, it'll be clever or it'll be disguised. Now it's this vulgar, like straight up, I want to, fuck you or do this to
I
you.
mean, ain't nothing wrong with that.
We were just listening to Color Me Bad, I want to sex you up. But now, and who said it? Who was
Me.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I want to fuck you for a long time, all night, pretty much. That's that.
Basically. But even when they talked about love, it was all different aspects of love. You had love of women, you had love of money. Who are that? The OJs?
Yeah.
Love of money. Michael Jackson sang about the love of his mouse. That was what, Ben?
Yeah.
It was all type of love. Now it's...
They had manners. Because Tevin Campbell said, "Can we talk for a minute?" You know what I'm saying? Like now, he said, "Can we talk for a while?"
For a minute.
No, for a minute.
It's for a while.
This minute.
At this
No,
minute.
it's for a while because then he want to get into other stuff. So
True. Talk for a while. But I just feel like they knew how to word it better, and now they just.
They were more
But does
creative.
that doesn't define R&B though? Just because you're not as vulgar, does it? What defines R&B? Let me ask Jay that.
Oh,
What
hey.
defines R&B?
You know, you guys are talking about the 90s, but R&B's changed ever since it kind of came on the scene. Like back in the day, it sounded more like gospel music with R&B lyrics. Then it did the rock thing. You know, it sounded like rock music, Chuck Berry's and the, Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
And then it started to, then there was a disco era with Donna Summer, and then it sounded like that. So I think R&B is just constantly being reincarnated. I don't think it's dead.
Right.
I just think it just changes with what is going on in culture. You know, it's just a reflection of where we are with culture, with black culture.
What's an R&B song that's out right now that's considered R&B, not like?
These hoes ain't loyal.
It's a great one.
Is that no? I'm saying is that no? If that was on an R&B chart, would
Okay,
they?
R&B,
It was.
the Ed Sheeran record.
That's okay.
And Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
What's this? We found love right where the money now.
But that's classically 90s R&B kind of.
Oh, I
Is
just
it?
think
What?
it's timeless.
Which
It's just
one?
a great
With the
R&B
runs
song.
and stuff? Okay.
It's just, I don't know, because it could have been Al Green or Marvin Gaye or
That's true.
anything. That could have been done.
Oops.
Or, I'm sorry.
I think...
Go ahead.
No, I think another thing that changed it is, sorry, I keep hitting the table. The talent, though. Back in the day, you had to be able to sing. You had to really be able to sing to make it. And now it's more about you have to have the look, and then they'll make you a star. So everyone back then looked so different. Think about all the R&B stars, how different they look. And now today, everyone looks the same because all they care about is selling sex.
Yeah.
And the people that can sing, they don't get promoted like Fantasia, Jennifer Hudson.
They're boring.
But they don't get promoted as much when they
Now,
sing.
are they? What's boring
I
about?
feel like there's a lot of people who can sing nowadays that don't mean nothing. If you're boring, if you could play ball and you can't play in the NBA, you ain't gonna make it.
I'm saying what they talking about is boring, or just them overall. They just feel boring.
Just because you can sing doesn't mean you should make it. I should say.
Indeed.
Okay.
Not just because you can sing
Okay.
does not an artist make.
So what
I
about
agree.
just because you look good, should you make it?
No.
No.
That's
There's
how it
plenty
is
of women
these
who
days.
look good who don't make it.
I think
That's true.
there is a talent you have to have. Like for instance, I don't mind that that the singers that can't necessarily sing are on top too, because a lot of them are writers too. You know what I'm saying? Like The Dream, for instance, he can't sing, but we would have missed out on some great albums from him if he would have said, "Well, I can't sing, so I'm not gonna write these
But
things."
what
down," you know?
if he focused on one artist and gave him all that?
But why? Why when
would
now
that
in
would that
this?
have been as good?
It might, of course. I mean,
it
somebody
has
probably
already.
sound good, but
Beyonce.
that's true. And Rihanna, Umbrella, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, he has an outlet now where he can manipulate his voice to sound good enough to get out what he wants to get out. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with us when we're doing, even though we're doing comedy music and stuff. I'm able to sing on a track, even though I can't sing, and get out what I want to say, still have it sound somewhat good.
And you know why it sounded good? Because he produced the whole album from what I think he did. It all sounds the same. And nowadays,
tricky,
most R&B acts or most artists now go to multiple producers, so their albums sound more like mixtapes. It don't sound like one cohesive sound.
Right.
So that's another thing I think possibly could be aiding to the death.
Well, I think
of
it's coming
so-called
back
R&B.
though. Right?
You
But
think
you
what's
said
coming
like a more focusing on one art, because Snoop Dogg just dropped the album exclusively for real. Kendrick
Yeah.
dropped
You
the
see
album.
how good that
sound the
was?
same.
Yeah.
You see how good that was?
That's a
Yeah.
really
One
good
person?
point, though. Like,
Yeah.
that's with the most successful artists when they have one producer, like Brandy and Rodney Jerkins, or Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Janet Jackson,
Right,
or
exactly.
Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
You know, me and Devin Johnson. Just stuff like that.
You can't throw yourself out the Michael Jackson.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Just
the 40s
futuristically speaking,
All right.
if we're talking about the evolution,
Okay,
the future,
okay.
the past, the present,
Do Do you think you could make a quality like? Could you do like a '90s sounding R&B song and have it be like something that people would listen to today? You think, or you would have to switch the sound? Like, would you have to merge, or do you think you could go classical like and do that sound?
What, like just
Like straight, like what I was just talking about Tevin Campbell, like a sound like that. You think you could do that song now and people would?
yeah, absolutely. I think it's just making timeless music that doesn't have to have a decade attached to it. Like Michael Jackson, you can listen to it back then.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like just people don't make timeless.
Right.
But people do. I think we're only highlighting mainstream because there's still
Exactly,
music
absolutely.
that sounds
Yeah.
like 90s R&B. There's still music that sounds like
What-
Yeah.
Marvin Gaye.
What was the Drake song that we said was gonna be timeless?
Hold On,
Just
We're
hold
Going
on.
Home.
Hold on
That's
felt
a
like a
good
timeless
song.
song.
It
Yeah,
is. It's
yeah,
great.
it's
It's
a
It's a
still
wedding song.
Did they use? Cause I know '90s R&B was hot in the '90s. So at the strip clubs, like, did they like? What was they? Was they dancing to that? At the,
I mean, they probably were to like Pony, Genuine.
Pony is a good
okay.
stripper
That's a
song.
good
I would
stripper
imagine.
song, right?
Hey, what else? What else would they have
Womp.
danced to?
No Diggity, maybe? I don't know. Is that a good one to dance?
could they dance?
That's
Well,
too
again,
fun.
I like the way it works.
What about guy? I like.
That's a good one.
They wait in the strip club.
Strip club is fun.
R. Kelly, of course.
Oh, yeah.
No, his music is serious.
His aggressive.
I'm saying, but yeah, bumping grind. Like,
Bumping grind.
Okay.
I want to go
But I
back to a
think-
'90s strip club.
I do think like the 2000s had more of what you're talking about, where people were searching for like producers to give them hit after hit. Like I'm gonna go to Pharrell, I'm gonna go to Timberlake. I mean, Justin
Good
Timberlake,
example.
all these other people.
Glad you brought that up. Perfect example of sticking with one producer. Confessions. Jermaine Dupri.
That was one of
Look
the
how
greatest
amazing that
R&B
was.
albums.
That's the biggest. That's the last
Absolutely.
R&B album to go diamond, I think.
And to
Or Emancipation
That
of Mimi.
might
Mimi,
be-
He did.
Emancipation of
Jermaine
Mimi
Dupri
was-
did both of them.
Yeah.
I was able to
He
create two
doesn't get
different
enough.
sounds.
You know
for
what?
the artist.
He doesn't give enough.
He don't
Get
get
enough
credit. He don't get credit like that.
That's
Uh-huh.
crazy.
He's a
Jermaine
beast.
Dupri produced at least 2 classics, and then on top of that, you have
Confessions?
his
Criss
early
Cross.
Yeah,
Criss
yeah.
Cross.
Yeah.
You got
Total,
Total.
the Brat.
Did he do what's SWV?
He
They
did
did
Total.
Bow Wow.
He did the Brat. Bow Wow.
Bow Wow big when he was
Bow Wow.
small.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
got hit.
kind of a legend.
Going back.
Yeah, he said he coming back.
Who?
Bow Wow.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
he did. He did
not
say he
Total.
coming back.
Escape.
Escape.
It was
There you
Escape.
go.
Total was Bad Boy.
That's what I was gonna tell him. Escape.
Which one was Tiny in? Escape?
Escape.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
that's what
Candy.
the kicking the boot. Kicking. What was that song?
Kicking the boots?
Oh, just
Knocking the Boots was H sound.
No, not knocking the boots. What's it? Just kick it. Like
Just
relax.
kick
Kick it.
it.
There you go.
He said kicking the boots.
Kicking the Boots. That's a new one. That's a
There you
stripper
go.
song
That's
right
a, that's a
there.
Dormtainment song. Kicking the
Perfect.
A
boots.
90s Dormtainment stripper song.
Another
Kicking the
thing
boots.
that possibly changed it was the production, the sound, because most it was live instruments back then. Right?
Yeah, it was a lot of live.
Now it's more digital, right?
Yeah.
You're a producer, so you can speak
Yeah.
on that more. But I know all the sound back then. Everything was listening to. It sounded like live
It's a lot of
instruments.
even producers that just like using like analog, which they like because they like the warmness of the instrument stuff like that. And digital takes away from a lot of the authenticity of some sound. So I know a lot of producers, but you can't beat digital because you got every sound you can think of in every sound bank but I just think it does make a difference because there was a lot of, like I said, a lot of live drums, a lot of live guitar, but now it's beep boop beep beep boop boop beep.
But that's a good one. That existed though too in the
Yeah.
disco era, like the synths and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I think,
yeah,
like you
right,
said, that's what makes this a stamp, a time stamp for when the decade was, whatever little synths or what was popular for the time. But if you have a live band, you can't place it because you don't. There's no special sounds or anything that makes it a
I don't
certain
really
decade.
rock with live bands. I don't really like them.
You're not
Really?
serious. You don't rock with live
Like
bands?
when you go to live,
I don't really like them.
You don't like concerts?
you don't like concerts, live shows, nothing like that.
No, I go to a concert, but I don't really like live bands. Like I don't just.
You're not the only person I've heard say
It doesn't
that.
do
But
anything for me. I don't hate it. It's just like I'm just there. Like, okay, cool.
so you rather just hear it come from a track?
But then that's
Like
not,
in
but then
a
that's not a
concert, or
boring
just
at a
like-
concert.
I mean,
Well, what if they incorporated that in a strip club? What if they did a live band?
I would.
Hey,
At a strip
Okay.
hey, no, I would love to see that.
No, it could be really cool because they could switch it up and still wouldn't do it.
I love that bass.
But you
But
hear
you
the
hear
bass.
the bass.
She said the strip club. I wanted to know.
Oh no!
But even at a concert, you hear the bass with
Yeah,
the.
but I don't want to hear no live band.
Have you been to a concert before and experienced a live band?
one?
Yeah, where have you been? What concert have you been to with a live band?
Well, it wasn't a concert. It was an actual show. It was a show. I went with this chick. I can't even remember. It was a couple of years ago.
We're gonna have to take
But-
you.
See, I think if you went to like a Jay-Z, like a
Dude,
Justin,
or Justin
Timberlake-
Timberlake concert to experience it.
I mean, I went to a
band.
Jay-Z
Give me that
concert.
all day.
And he didn't have a band at the time?
Nah, he had Timberland.
Ah,
But yeah, the beat machine.
What? That was tight.
I bet that was dope.
It was tight. I'm just not. I'm not a big fan of it.
Okay, let me ask you about some artists that do you consider R&B or something else?
Okay.
Miguel,
R&B.
is he not more soul? Like,
Don't they all kind
Kinda
of
the
go?
same.
Yeah, like
is it?
Yeah.
Is Prince R&B? Was Prince R&B or was he like rock soul?
Prince-
Because that's what Miguel is more, right?
I see why you say
You
that.
had to put him R&B though.
But it's so different. Like, I don't know.
That's a good thing, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
it is a
There's
good
different
thing.
classes of R&B, like there's different classes of hip hop.
True.
So Prince
like,
is an
soul
R&B
is still
singer.
R&B to me.
You would say Prince is an
I would
R&B
say Prince is
singer.
R&B. I feel like genres is a race thing nowadays.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
black is R&B.
Because no, seriously, because you think about it, like now, like Justin Timberlake put out an R&B album,
Yeah. Right,
but it was up for best pop album, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if John Legend had done the same album, it would have just been R&B.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just I feel like this day and age is a way to just marginalize black artists so that we can't, like they even changed the Billboard rules, right? Is he allowed to say something?
Yeah,
Devin, like, so now.
basically they changed it so you don't get tracked for, like if it's an R&B song, they only track what you do on the R&B charts versus them taking a tally of what it's doing universally on.
So
okay.
basically, it's to
Wow.
the advantage of pop artists because then they'll go and put a hip hop artist like Katy Perry, for example. She's gonna be pop because she's white. She's a great artist, fair enough, but she'll make a pop record based on her color and do well in the pop charts, be on all the pop stations, Kiss FM, and then she'll go and get
Juicy J.
Yeah.
And then it'll be on the hip hop charts.
Yeah.
And then she'll be number one everywhere. And then it'll cut us off because we can't cross those lines.
That's a
Exactly. White
Yeah,
people
they're-
are already
they're-
crossed over
yeah,
because they're
right.
white. If I put out a song, it would just be it would be R&B because I'm black, even if
Right.
it sounded sonically just like a Katy Perry record.
right.
Even with your Broadway type of stuff, you think
It would
still,
still,
not,
I would have to cross over. Have you ever heard of a white person having
That's
to cross
true.
over? No.
Yeah.
They'll just get a hip hop artist and then they'll have two versions of the song. E.T. was
Right.
on the pop charts and she got Kanye and it was on our charts.
Yeah.
You know what? R.
But do they?
Yeah.
So you don't feel that they have to cross over to us at
Well,
all because they do a lot though.
Well, all they do is because they grab one of us. They don't have to do anything, and then that way they're on both charts,
Right,
just
right.
by
That's
being.
true.
Right.
But if I got a white artist, I'd have to. I don't know. Like
You don't think it's what you were just about to say, an even trade off though?
I don't know. Like let's think of an example.
No, it's funny she say that because the first ever Taylor Swift music video I ever watched was this morning. 'Cause
Right.
It featured Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
Right,
So that was a perfect example.
Guarantee it will be on both.
yeah.
Right.
And even though it might just sound like an R&B song, like what you would
I
consider.
can't remember.
Nah, it's definitely pop.
It's
It's a
pop.
pop
Is it
song.
Yeah, it had the.
Oh well, then it's pop.
That's a button on a keyboard.
That's the pop button.
I've seen some people say online, I know it's going to make a debate, because I kind of disagree with it, but they said T-Pain killed R&B. When he came out with his auto-tune, way
That's
doing his
stupid.
stuff.
No.
They was using auto tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said that. I was like,
T-Pain brought one of the best R&B
Sounds.
sounds
Yeah, no,
to
yeah,
the
yeah.
game.
yeah, that was-
Like actually reinvented it.
I think they got on him because he brought auto tune like right in your face.
Because it was on zero.
Yeah,
like,
it was on zero.
You can't hear me, I'm not
But they've
even-
been using.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Zappa
auto-tunes.
Roger had.
Yeah, sound
exactly.
machines
Well, they had the
and-
thing you put in your mouth. And
Nobody
Computer
really said
love.
nothing about T-Pain until Jay-Z came out.
Yeah.
And destroyed him.
Because Buy You a Drink is one of my favorite songs. That song.
Oh,
Yeah.
T-Pain.
Bartender.
Tiffany is a classic.
Yeah.
His
Now-
first album is a classic.
Now, but that sounds pretty much done. Would you say? No, I'm saying with T-Pain.
What's
His sound.
Yeah, his sound.
What,
Talking about
snap
auto-tune.
music?
No, I mean just the way,
That's what
just
it
him
was.
using that auto tune like that,
Auto-tune?
like, cause don't nobody really use
Kanye
it.
used auto tune.
No, I'm saying, but to the extent that
Like
Yeah,
on
he be
zero.
using it higher than T-Pain.
I don't think it's done. I think T-Pain just went through a moment where he just wasn't dropping any hits.
Yeah.
I think T-Pain represented that sound. So once that sound was like tarnished, I guess.
Yeah.
He went out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
people
yeah.
looked at him for that. It was like, oh, you're the king of that. So now the sound's gone. You're gone.
Get out of here.
I think
Oh my God.
I think T-Pain was on actually one of the best crossover hits that didn't feature a white person, which was him and Jamie Foxx on "Blame It on Alcohol." I
Okay.
think that was one of the best
That's
songs.
a phenomenal. I mean,
Like-
it won a Grammy, right?
Did it win a Grammy? It
or-
I
deserved
wanna
it.
say
I think either.
I think
That
it
was
did.
an amazing.
I
song.
feel like it won a.
Now, would you call that is that a pop song or is that R&B? Is it a mix?
That's
I don't know.
R&B.
That's kind of poppy.
No, man.
Blame it on the
That's kind of a poppy song.
That's a hip hop R&B record.
It has hip hop elements, but I don't know if I could
Nah,
completely
that ain't
call it.
pop.
But what is pop
Let me
to
see.
you all?
Let me go look
like
it up, see
pop,
what they
pop,
consider.
Pop is, I have a very simple, well, it can't be because I think 130 BPM and up is pop.
So pop doesn't
130.
consider popular music to you all. It's you're kind of putting a sound on it.
Yeah, it is.
I think it does have a sound attached to it now. I mean, you do
Now
have
it
popular
does.
music, but popular music then is rap as well.
Well, right, that's what I'm saying. So what does pop really even mean?
Pop is Katy Perry and Taylor Swift. And,
Well, Taylor Swift is country.
It's pop.
Nah, she
Country pop. Country pop.
What she be putting on that makes it to MTV? That's pop.
Okay.
Katy Perry, pop. What's the other girl?
So would you
Kesha?
call Beyonce pop?
Beyonce is
So she
pop.
makes pop sometimes too. Sometimes.
They consider
Y'all be careful what y'all say.
they consider
All right, little bees everywhere.
they
We all
consider
love her.
Blame It R&B. They did.
Because he's.
R&B.
Yeah.
But what
Yeah.
if?
Because they're black.
But
though,
what
right?
if
Why not-
Justin
why not
Timberlake
say
had put out "Blame It"? Would it have been R&B?
Well, Justin
Well,
Black.
Justin
But
Timberlake
why?
actually does R&B music though.
Like
Exactly.
what?
Because it's not our fault.
Suit and Tie is an R&B record.
Because they have Sexy Back on here and they consider that R&B and pop.
See,
They
that's
have
what
My
I'm saying.
Love, Pop,
Why is
What
it
Goes
pop?
Around, Pop.
Why? It's an R&B
Yeah.
song.
Real
Those
quick,
are R&B songs.
That's you know what I'm saying.
Blame It won best R&B performance by a duo or group at the 52nd Grammy Awards. That's they did win a Grammy for it.
They deserve
Sexy
it.
Back is a pop record.
Well, "Sexy Back" is pretty is pop, but not the other one. You
What
said.
about Cry Me a River?
Cry Me a
And
River.
yeah, he said what goes around comes around. It just says pop. It doesn't even say R&B.
Yeah, it's
What
not.
goes around is an R&B
Yeah, that's
record.
an R&B
Yeah.
record.
You know what I'm saying? It's-
Another good album.
But the
because
instruments-
Timbaland did all of it, and then he had one where Pharrell did all of it.
Mhm.
Stick to one producer.
Yeah, like he did with his last album. It was just James Fauntleroy as a writer and Timberland as a producer, and it did amazing.
How about
You
can
know?
the instrumentation depict whether it's a pop song or a
There are some chords, I think Devin could attest. There are some chords that just sound happy, like ding, 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 ding. And it's like it is. Well, would you say it's a lot of major chords?
I say I don't think it's chords. Instrumentation definitely you can give me acapella and I can make it whatever genre I want.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And I think
there's
the use of bass too is big, right? Because in more hip hop, we use a lot of bass,
A lot
and
of
I think
it.
they took it to, especially 808s have gone
Oh,
all
yeah,
the way
yeah.
to pop music
And
now.
then rock is more guitar driven.
Exactly.
So pop can only be happy. You can't have sad pop.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
Christina Aguilera has plenty
Exactly.
of sad pop. Beautiful and
And Keisha Cole has all the sad R&B.
sad.
So what year do y'all think? 'Cause I remember early 2000s was still good for R&B. What year did it stop though?
I mean, it never stopped though.
it's still
It's never
It's not
stopped.
as
It
good
did
anymore.
kinda
It's
stop.
different.
It's not. It
totally
changed,
different.
but it never stopped. Like you have, like she said, it was not. Let's go back. Let's stop saying 90s R&B. You have 80s R&B
Yeah,
too.
you have-
You have
yeah.
70s
You have
R&B.
60s.
You know, you got 60s. So it's just changed. And
Yeah.
the 90s was a highlight for us because we're 90s. You know what I'm saying? We grew up then, so that's
So
all
we're
we
biased.
reference. Our parents might reference Luther Vandross and all them, the 80s, 70s vibe. So I mean R&B. So I don't think it ever went away. It's just.
But this is really bad right now. Early 2000s,
You just
it was
said-
still
you
good with
just said-
Usher and all that.
But you just said Miguel's R&B, right? Then that's great.
That's one artist.
And no, we can. And
With
Justin
Justin
Timberlake, Ed Sheeran, Adele.
He been gone for a decade. He just came back.
Y'all gonna leave Trey out like that?
Trey is the last great R&B act
So
from
Chris
from
Brown.
Huh?
Chris
Yeah.
Brown
Classically,
is
classically 90s R&B act right now.
Well, I don't want
Right.
to call it 90s R&B.
Not 90s, excuse
It's
me.
good.
Classically R&B act right now.
So what
I
makes
think
it
so.
90s to you though? Like what part of it is making it 90s?
I'll take away the 90s.
Yeah.
I'll take away the 90s. I'm just saying
So you mean just
classically
good
R&B.
R&B.
Trey Songz is the last act that's actually doing
I
R&B
think
music.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown is-
Chris Brown doesn't do. Chris
no,
Brown
no,
does
he
pop. He does pop
But
and
you know
rap.
what?
What
In
about
New
3
Flame.
in the morning?
That's a long time.
He talking about right
Yeah,
now.
I'm talking about. But even when he was doing that, he was still rapping.
You talking
on
about within the
different
past
songs.
like 3 to 4 years? Is that what you're saying? Like 3 to
4 or
'cause-
5
yeah,
years.
4 or 5
I'm
years.
saying even-
I can agree with you on that
Like,
because
I
he's
haven't
done a lot
seen-
of pop in that time.
He's very classical R&B, Trey Songz. He has his poppy hits, but not as much as Chris Brown.
Yeah, I
Chris Brown
agree.
goes very pop.
He never
That,
strayed away from like that 4 on the floor, like forever. Da, da, da.
Yeah,
like,
that forever,
But
all
you know
that
what?
stuff.
You brought up a good point because it was almost like all the white artists, because we basically were trying to find a way to get on the pop charts.
Right.
So all the black R&B artists started making 4 on the floor records, the David Guetta sounding records, so that we could get on those charts.
Right.
And then there was like a little empty space for all the white people to come in
Right.
and start making R&B music that we stopped making because we were trying to be relevant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now think about the most successful R&B artists right now are white.
What,
Because Sam Smith, Adele, Ed Sheeran, Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's the other girl? That's because there was a hole. There was an empty space left because we were trying to fill in the blanks of being left behind on the charts.
Well, good example. I'm glad you brought that up. It's partially our fault because we don't buy and support that music.
And that's
That's why
perfect.
you have a music soul child changing his name to Hustle without a T. Because he's not making money in that
Did you know
genre.
about that?
I did not know.
Hold on, she didn't know about it. Let's fill her in real quick.
Okay.
Music Soul Child is now a rapper who goes by the name of The Hustle. That's all you need to know. You can go look
Without a T.
Without a T. So go look that up at the
I'm a
weekend.
fan. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it out.
Check it out. Check it out. See what
I don't
happens.
know if you're gonna be after that.
But I'm gonna go actually against the grain with what Cam said because I believe that to be very wrong. That
Yep.
black people don't support. I think black people are one of the most heavily consumers in
I didn't say
purchasing.
buying it.
Yeah,
But I'm saying buying music. I think black people are some of the most heavy consumers of that. That's why they always have albums in Target and Walmart. That's what the black people are buying it up. But what I will say though that if it's not good, most of the time we don't support it. And right now nobody's buying. Like either you got Spotify, you're on Tidal, you got some type of iTunes where you get it all online, and everybody at some point has gotten music illegally,
Well, not
whether
me.
black, white.
Other than me.
You've never had a song somebody give you a
Nah,
song.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know to say that just black people aren't supporting. First of
Well,
all,
I
there's only
didn't say who. I just said partially our fault.
Our fault as a black people.
Just people in general don't buy it, that genre like that. That's why they
because
they
it's
start rapping or put a rapper on or go to different charts to sell because we're not buying R&B.
we're not buying old R&B.
Because
Miguel went platinum.
Usher was the
I mean,
last
he
time something went like platinum or diamond.
But is it
He
because
went
of
gold.
R&B
He
or is
went
it just
diamond.
because of the way that music is being presented now?
Yeah.
Like, can we really fault the music or is it just that everything's digital?
I think it's both.
Yeah, it's a little.
Because if there was Spotify and stuff like that back in the 70s, don't you think there would have been a decline in
If there was an
album sales?
internet, period.
Exactly. Like now you can't it's not necessarily a direct correlation just because music has changed. It could just be the way music is given to us has changed.
Right.
You know? I don't know.
So what would be a solution for that? How can we get R&B to be a strong genre again?
It just has to be good music, man. That's all I think it comes down to. If you make good music, people are gonna come. It's not gonna be the '90s R&B you're looking for because that's dated now. It just
Amen.
doesn't. So it's gonna be a new type of R. I think, to be honest with you, Drake makes some of the greatest R&B now.
Dude, he's
Like-
amazing,
Like
right?
he does
He
some of
makes
the.
good
He's
R&B.
really dope.
You know, it's
Make good music.
particular taste. You know, but it's very good.
I got a question. Do we have time for a commercial break right now?
Oh please.
Okay. I just want to give you guys a commercial break. When we did Tay Eats Butt skit a little while ago, we used a bagel, and the bagel looks like a booty hole. And so I was watching TV late one night, and I came across this commercial, and I wanted to give you guys some audio for that Booty That Bagel Emporium.
Is this an actual? Are we getting paid for that?
Just play the Booty That
That's a
Bagel.
no.
Come on down to Ken's Booty Bagel Emporium, where we know we the shit.
Yeah, so y'all going down to Ken's Booty Bagel Emporium. Make sure y'all get y'all some booty bagels in your system.
That was one of the most low budget, terrible.
It's all over the place. I'd rather listen to a live band.
Imagine that with a live band.
We need to get our sponsors though.
You gotta talk to Ken's. They gotta get their commercials up. Ken's Booty Bagels.
So if music's forever evolving, rappers are singing and singers are rapping, what's the future for R&B, you think? Is it forever gonna be fused together now? Or you think it's gonna come back strong where it's gonna be all singing albums? Or do you think R&B groups are gonna come back
Oh,
at some
goodness.
point?
Ooh,
That's
nah.
interesting.
Those left alone.
I think groups
They
are
could.
done.
They actually could come back.
still got boy
They could
bands,
come
so why
back.
can't it be an R&B group?
Well,
They have very few.
The
boy
A26 was the last one.
I mean, over in the UK,
Yeah.
they got boy bands.
Little boys.
bands. B5.
Oh,
no, you talking about Minus Behavior?
One
Oh,
Direction.
yeah.
One Direction.
Are they still there?
that's white.
No, I think they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I seen them on a plane one
No,
day.
I said R&B groups, not boy bands.
I don't know if groups, man.
Groups could come back.
Groups could come back. Squads are coming back like crazy now.
That's
So
true.
That's
one in
true. That's
R&B
true.
would be really cool right now, actually.
Squads and hip hop are coming back.
I think in everything, actually. But that's another story. But what I would say is that I think it could be different. It's two options. Either it's just going to be ever changing, or it's just going to come back around like
Exactly.
everything else. When I listen to music now, I hear, like, for instance, Snoop Dogg's Bush album, amazing. I love it. That sound very 70s funk. Kendrick's album, very 70s
Yes.
funk. You're going to start getting more and more in that. It's because it just starts over again. Just starts over again. That's
You think the Dormtainment album is gonna be 70s funk?
I think it'll have some 70s inspired.
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be amazing.
We're in a 70s funk era right now, and the next 20 years will be in a 90s era.
We will, and that's why I said R&B groups can come back because we will hit 90s.
So we gonna skip the 80s? We're gonna go straight
No,
to the
no,
90s?
20
yeah.
years. 10 years will be
They already did
80s.
the
Okay.
80s.
They're
80s,
They
With
did.
the foreign Florida dance music when it went like real techno.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That was
yeah,
they makes
kinda,
sense.
Yep.
And then everyone was doing like the
You remember the
high
Kanye
five.
shade things and everything? The 80s came back hard, actually.
Yeah.
Chris
What you say?
Brown and Seven, they did the whole 90s thing. And then even Drake with the, what song did he redo?
Oh,
Yeah.
The which
yeah,
one?
not the juvenile one.
Oh,
He
the.
Like
redid
it was a bag
the
it,
genuine.
yeah.
He
Back it
redid So Anxious.
And Rihanna did Pony with Jump.
Yeah.
So yeah, 90s had a.
90s did come
I
back.
think we missed
Because
it.
Every California rapper.
We missed it. Oh,
when we first came to
90s
Cali,
fashion is different, definitely back.
when we first came to Cali, you remember all those remixes we were hearing?
Oh,
of
yeah.
like
Jump remix.
the
Chris
Jump
Cross.
That wasn't
Chris
good.
Cross,
Ariana Grande
Oh,
did the Don't Want to Be a Player. No
Don't
More.
want to be a player. Like they were trying to bring that back heavy.
So we're gonna go to the 60s.
But it went pop.
Ooh, that'd be
We
fun.
gonna
I
go
want
to
disco to
60s.
come back. Can we make
I think
disco come back?
60s.
Well, that's 70s, ain't it?
I know I want it. I want disco.
I don't know if 60s style, but I know what's his name? There's a singer that has a very 60s Frank Sinatra-esque voice. What is his name?
Michael Bublé.
James
St. Leroy, something like James Florentine or something.
Fauntleroy?
it James?
He's a producer, ain't
No.
He's a writer, but he sings as well.
he? You mean James Blake? If you talking
James
about
Blake has a little bit of that feel. James Blake has a little 60s feel to him.
I mean, Sam Smith sounds like somebody
Sam
Smith.
Smith has a
Sam
very.
soulful 60s.
That boy good.
That boy good right there.
Amazing right there. Yeah.
When we talking about that last night, that white artists get more attention when they can sing.
Yes, we
than
were.
When black person can sing just as well as him, they won't get that same attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a short person who can play basketball very well. They just like it's a bigger deal than if someone had all the qualifications and was
Exactly.
like a foot taller.
Yeah, it's
So
just
that's
different.
The greatest dunker, but like because he was 5'6" or 5'7",
It was
doing
like
it was
something to see.
amazing.
Well, let's do something that they do very well that we're not known to do,
Like what?
like own businesses and shit.
Hey, that's what we're doing right now.
We're trying. Yeah, we're trying.
Let's make money. Let's make good money.
We're trying.
We're on our way.
Be like, they don't belong here.
Get them out of
In
here.
the Fortune
Speaking
500.
of money, real quick, I wanted to go to a quick topic. Rome brought
Real
up
quick?
earlier.
Okay,
Yeah, just to switch it up a little bit.
I seen this lottery that was for $121 million, and I wanted to know how that would affect your life right now. What's some of the first things you would do? Who do you think would call you?
Did somebody actually win this money? Too?
I think it's up for it right now. I think the payout would be like 75 mil.
Right
I
now.
need it.
Right
House to
now.
win.
Today, right? They call you as soon as this podcast over.
And say, go get my 120.
Go get your
First, I'm
100.
going to get it.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go to the grocery store.
That's gonna
Okay.
be the best grocery shop ever. You gonna get
Okay.
I'm
everything.
going to get everything.
Get a fridge after you leave. You gonna need it. An extra fridge.
I'm
for all
going
this
to move
stuff.
after that.
That's a,
Where you moving?
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll go straight up to the hills and just see which house I like. Call the number and say, just come down here with the paperwork.
See, that's too fast. That's too fast. I gotta look around everywhere in LA.
Well, I move fast.
I'm gonna still be broke.
I'm probably
Loans
gonna.
to pay.
You got $75 million worth of loans.
You shouldn't be here.
All
Right now.
the interest over the years.
man.
That's what it feel like.
I'm pretty sure
They
that
coming for
the CIA is
As soon as
gonna
I
bust
take-
in here
as soon as I
right
take a picture
now.
with the big
The
check,
IRS.
I go backstage, government, thank you.
That's what I'm not doing. I'm not taking that picture because everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I know for sure. I'm gonna give my 10% to the Lord. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying?
Amen.
First,
Brother. Amen.
and then I'm going on one of the best trips I could ever think of.
Oh yeah.
I am out of
yeah.
here on
Vacation.
some island somewhere in.
Universal? We're gonna go Universal.
No, somewhere out the south of France, somewhere maybe.
Oh yeah.
When you get
I
back.
think the first thing me and Mike gonna do, we gonna go to this place on Fairfax, Little Ethiopia.
Oh, just you and Mike.
Well, I'm just saying, I know for sure he gonna be down. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I won't be there.
I know you ain't gonna
Yeah,
be
I ain't
there. I know you love it too, but you may want to go somewhere else. But it's been a long time since you've been having this your whole life, so you may want to go somewhere else. Me and Mike been on this only a couple years. We gonna be there.
Okay.
We're talking about Ethiopian food.
Ethiopian food.
For those who haven't tried Ethiopian food, please go do. It's amazing.
I haven't.
You should definitely try it.
Yeah, so Ethiopian food
Uh-huh.
and Krispy Kreme.
And
donuts.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah, I've never.
You never had Krispy
Well,
Kreme?
I've had them
You never had a
I'm
warm one.
not even in the sweet spot.
in the grocery store. You know when they have the
No,
prepackaged.
that's not.
I've had that, but I've never had like
The
with-
fresh.
Hot
The
sign.
You gotta get-
Is there one around here?
in
In
Burbank.
Burbank.
Oh yeah, we got it.
What about you with your money?
I would definitely go on a vacation, and it would probably be a month long.
About a month.
Yeah, I would go on vacation.
With
month
no
long.
think about no work, no just vacate.
Jeez, no,
Yeah, I'm
that's
just
awesome.
vacation.
You're not gonna be able to do that as a creator. You're not gonna be able to do that.
I mean, I'm gonna be thinking, but I'm gonna take
Yeah.
a month to do whatever I
To the-
want.
yeah,
and then,
yeah, yeah.
and let's say after the 2 weeks, I feel that creative bug. I'm gonna be creating in the south of
Yeah,
France.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Chilling.
gonna be there chilling.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna be there.
I wouldn't want to change too much. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't want to change our
Yeah.
lifestyle too much
Yeah.
yet because I'm still hungry. I still love what I do. So it would just be like, let's put the 75 million or
Yeah.
whatever aside. Let's take maybe 200,000 out of it. And how can we invest that into the
Yeah.
business?
I would say let's make a movie.
Of course,
Let's
yeah,
go
of
to
course.
the
Make a movie.
Drop everything we do in this movie.
And all we
Let's
had to
make
do
a
is go
movie.
to the studio or wherever for distribution if we wanted to or whatever if we wanted to do it that way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I think that's how Kevin did his
I would just
first,
take-
movie or something like that.
Just
I think
take the
he paid for it.
quality up of everything we do, and I would like to still live all together. I know Mike said he out, but, but
I mean, you gotta work for a
I
little
gotta
bit.
do
You
my
know?
own. True.
I mean, we
You
can
know,
be close. We can be close together. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind still living together, honestly, because where we gonna live together is gonna be amazing. It's
I
gonna feel
would,
like
I
we're
would
gonna
say
stay.
for at least another year.
I do
I do
that.
another year,
just
knowing
stay
that I have
together.
the money. In
Exactly. You could just
Oh,
leave
yeah.
as
It's
long as
gonna be
I'm
even funner
good.
now.
Like, I got groceries.
We gonna have a chef. We gonna have a chef.
Oh man.
Oh yeah,
Amazing.
Imagine we had a chef here, we got maid, we
Oh,
got
man.
everything you need taken care
We
of.
gonna get a dog.
Everything's easier, and we could get another house. We could
gonna
go
get a
move.
dog.
But the scary thing is with that, I get what you say. I do not want to get comfortable. When we get comfortable,
But that's what I'm saying.
you
That's
stop
why I
working,
put the money away and just
Yeah.
take out a little
gotta
bit.
get Rome
and just
Kersey.
focus on. as soon as you decide to switch up a lot, that's when things start going downhill.
I just thought it was interesting. I was like, that's a lot of money for somebody to just drop on you at one time. That's a lot of money.
Honestly, you
Jay,
know why?
I'm
What would you do, Jay?
Self-cleaning
Oh my
toilet.
goodness.
I don't have to wipe my ass.
A self-cleaning toilet.
I had to wipe my
It's called the
ass.
Japanese toilet. We had saw that in Toronto. It didn't look.
It didn't
I
look
didn't want to
pleasing.
use that.
The seat was real warm. It was a little.
Warm
I
seat
don't-
was
I don't-
cool.
I
The warm seat was
want
cool,
nothing-
but it was just it was still weird at first. When I was like, it's,
Well, I didn't want this.
I don't want anything going up my ass that is not, a part of my own body. You know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
get your butt clean, man. Gotta go.
Nah.
Hey,
nah.
But what would you do? Let her.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I would just invest in myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think your lifestyle, you would have a dramatic change in lifestyle? Would you go move to the hills? Nothing?
Yeah.
You would
I mean,
move to the
I would
hills?
definitely upgrade my life, like you said.
Okay.
But,
Anything.
Car.
This is dramatic change for me.
yeah, I don't think I would get a crazy
Honestly,
car. No.
The reason I don't feel we would change because we're gonna be so focused on making this movie, it's gonna feel like the same thing. It's working. We're going straight to work at it. Oh, let's do this movie.
And then you got to think switching up lifestyle, especially in all of us, what we do, even what you singing is it affects your creativity, like what you write about. You don't want to just go up to the top and now it's like you can't connect with the people anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel like you'd be able to be more creative, honestly, with money because you won't have to worry about. Because, like, for Devin and I, like, when we're creating content, we have to be more creative because we have to scale down. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And try to make what's in our head happen in
Right.
a realistic way.
Exactly.
We do the
So I
same
think
thing.
having money would allow me to have creative freedom.
That's very true.
And also, we'll help our families. Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yourself.
Families
Not me.
would be completely.
speak for yourself.
That's another scary part because that's when you always find them cousins that you ain't never seen before. When you get rich, you find all your family
I'm
members.
gonna
Or the
say y'all my
cousins.
cousins should get some of y'all money. Hey man, we cousins.
How much do you want to be left with? How much do you think you would have on your own? Just not applying any money. I mean, after you applied money to the business, your family, your people you want to
How much
take
I'd be
care of.
comfortable
was it?
with? It was. After the payout, it was like 75.
Before or after taxes.
That's after.
Honestly, I think I can live
After you
off.
give to the Lord. All
Yeah.
that good
If I
stuff.
give
How
off
much?
everything and have money to myself and myself, I can live off 10 million the rest of my life.
I can see that. I feel like I could definitely.
I'd be happy with that. As long as I can travel the world, that's what's gonna make me happy after that.
I'm living off about $10,000 a year.
That's what I'm saying. Plus, you'll be able to. You're investing it in yourself, so you're gonna
Exactly.
make
Yeah,
your
you're
money
gonna make
back
it
with
back.
your movie and everything you guys do.
I'm gonna
So
pay everything off, so
That's how I want to
And
know.
that-
Any little piece that I take out of that 75, I can flip
Yeah.
it a lot of
Exactly.
times.
And then I'm not buying no $7-8 million house when I know it's gonna be me. Like it don't make sense.
At least
Like,
yet with not having a family.
I don't think I'm-
I feel you.
But I don't need no house that's 8 bedrooms.
But the thing is, it depends on where you're living too.
Right.
Because you
It
might
does.
get a condo downtown that's $5 million.
and it's like 3
That's a
bedrooms.
2-bedroom.
Right.
You never know.
Legit.
It's
This is
ridiculous,
LA.
but that's
Yeah.
how people live.
I think 10 to 15.
10 to 15, you'd be happy to that.
You saying for the rest of our life?
Yeah, I mean, like, what would you
That you
after
could build
the
off of,
once you
yeah.
got all the stuff?
10 to 15.
10, 15, okay.
so we gonna make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Damn, it would be nice if each one of us won $75 million.
Oh my
Can I be
god.
included in that? as well?
No, he
Absolutely
said each
not.
one of us
Absolutely
that's not included.
That's cool.
All right, well,
Thank
Jay,
you. Yeah.
thank you so
Thank you,
much for
thank you.
joining us.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
We're gonna find out after this that you were just Tay with a mask on. Grew out his hair, got
You
it
want to see your
done.
Twitter or SoundCloud or
One more time.
Yes. All my social media is Jade Nova, JadeNovah.
I want to slow that down. just a
Oh, I'm
little
so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
bit. I know sometimes I be listening to.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I gotta do
JadeNovah. Jade Nova.
You be spitting.
I have
one.
hot bars.
Mine is
It's a SIN. I'm gonna stop messing with them because he's gonna come punch me while I'm asleep. Whatever.
You want to come up on the mic?
He's not coming.
I'm cool. I'm fine.
He's so
You
shy.
go. Okay. All right.
she can say it for you.
Devin is. You want me to give your social media?
Sure. Just my Twitter. My
His
Instagram,
Twitter is
different than each other.
Mr. Mr. Devin, Devin Air, AIRE. That is Mr. Devonair. And then on Instagram, it's Mr. Devonair, no underscore. He was just
Nice.
the first one to do it.
Okay.
That time, so.
Great producer, great
Great guy.
great singer.
He is.
And
Great
I
comedian.
want to say something funny about Jade right quick. When we first met, I said something that I probably should never have said. I said she reminds me of my ex. You don't ever want to. And I find out you're
I'm a Gemini.
Gemini.
Yes,
And
she does.
Gemini, they have a strong bond or something. I don't know what it is.
We're good people.
Yeah, there's.
My mom's a
That's what
Gemini.
every sign
She's a good
says.
woman.
She's a good mom.
I'm a Scorpio. We're terrible.
That'd be
Kill
true.
people.
And I'm not a Scorpio though. But yeah. Anyway. But
All right.
yeah, Cam.
Thanks, guys, for listening. Tune in next week. Give us some topics on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Just send
Yes.
them. What y'all want us to talk about next week? Just send it to us.
Oh,
please.
also, I think I'm gonna create a DT podcast Gmail, so you guys can email us your questions and all that stuff. I'm gonna do that for next time, so not this time. I'm sorry.
Well, you said it, so you got to make it today.
Well, now that I've said it, I'll be making it today. So I'll.
What is it
correct
going
you.
to be?
I'm-
Dormtainment podcast?
I think it should be the DT podcast at gmail.com. I
Okay.
think that's what it should be.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do. The DT podcast.
And if
at
that gets
gmail.com.
taken, you got to come back and record that. If that's taken.
Y'all better go find the damn email.
All right. What was our intro song today?
When you listen to the podcast, you'll hear it.
What's our outro?
When you listen to the podcast, you'll hear it.
Appreciate it.